me. I'm the Osiris of this shit.
Motherfuckers, two dudes and the Mexicans are here forever, motherfuckers. Welcome back to another edition to Two Dudes and a Mexican. I'm your host, some dude named Victor Salazar. To the left, my main man, Peter Soprano.
What's up?
To the right, resident Mexican David Quinones. Two Dudes and a Mexican is here forever, motherfucker. Old Dirty Bastard said it best. Yeah, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. October is one of the best months of sports you can have all year. You have the MLB playoffs. College football is getting into full swing.
Halloween.
Dave
Wineries.
Dave likes to dress up. I don't know what kind of things he's into, but
Into all things.
you know, he might want to dress up like Oscar on his weekend.
Nah, that I wouldn't. That I wouldn't do. Come on, man.
But yeah,
Thank you. Inappropriateness.
he likes to dress up. I don't know. What can I tell you? So yeah, got the MLB playoffs. We got college football in full swing. NFL, you know, second quarter of the NFL started. NBA is going to start soon. NHL's already started. Champions League. So it's a very good month for sports. It's just awesome. There's like sports every day on. Like every day you have something going on, basically. And we're going to kick it off with baseball since that is the hot topic. There's no more Mets watch. My man Pete, he's heartbroken right now.
Braves watch then.
There's a Braves watch.
It's nothing.
Clark,
It's nothing.
you came here to celebrate tonight. It's not looking good. What occurred in that first inning, man?
Trash.
Trash?
That's what occurred during the first inning. It was complete trash. They need to get the old players off the team. McCann and Markakis are like 50 years old. They can't even move around anymore. Fultonevich has always been a bum because he's always up and down every other game. He pitches one good game, everybody thinks he's a fucking ace, and then he fucking blows out and he looks like a minor leaguer, which is why he was in the minor leagues for a month this year. And the manager's an idiot. He's always been an idiot because he can't manage pitchers.
I don't even know what your manager's name is. It Snicky?
Brian Snicker. And he's an idiot because...
Like Snickers? Why wait?
Because the guy who's been the best pitcher on our staff, the guy who's going to finish top 5 in the Cy Young, the guy who pitched 7 innings of sparkling 2-hit baseball about 3 days ago in Game 3, he decided to pitch him in only Game 3, so he only gets 1 game out of the 5-game series. So that's how smart our manager is. So, yeah, baseball's done.
So baseball's done for you? Is that what you're saying? So tell me why I see guys like Verlander going 2 games and maybe an inning. I see Scherzer coming out the bullpen and then still starting 2 games. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Kershaw is going to come in later tonight, even if he only started 1 game.
Yeah.
He'll still come in, and we only see your guy 1 time.
Because the manager's an idiot. That's purely that. He's got to start game 1 or 2, because if they start game 1 or 2, then they're able to come back in either game 4 or 5. But if you start him in game 3, you're only getting him for 1 game, and then if you're close in game 5, he can come back.
But why did he start him in game 3? I'm curious. What was his reason?
His explanation for it was that he's been better on the road than at home, so he wanted to start him for the road game. Which still, if you look at the rest of the staff, we don't have another number 1 guy. We're not the Nats where you have Strasburg and Scherzer. We're not the Dodgers where you got Ryu and Buehler and Kershaw. And you can't do that when you only have 1 top-tier starting pitcher. And that was his mistake. And it's a rookie mistake, and he's been doing that for the past couple of years.
So you're going to start hashtag on Twitter like you did when Freddie Gonzalez was your manager?
I would actually prefer Freddie Gonzalez over him.
Wow, this guy had a fire Freddie.
People wanted me to make T-shirts when I have
fire Freddie every weekend.
And this is worse.
The Braves are doing something. This is a fire Freddie tweet. It would be something fire Freddie. Dave, they had a chance to win it in Game 4. Clearly,
Yadier fucked up again.
Yadier
Molina strikes again twice. Yeah. Not only gets the game time base hit, he gets a game-winning sacrifice fly.
Shouldn't have came down to that.
How do the Braves recover from this? I mean, I know the game's still going, but it's 13-1, I believe now. Like, what do the Braves have to do, being that they've been probably the second best team in the National League all year?
Yeah, they got to build around their youth. They got to build around Acuna and Albies, they're superstars. I mean, that's what teams need to do: assess, their team in the off season and build around their stars and just get better, get back into the playoffs. Listen, the Cardinals they've always had that way of just winning games, and that's what it takes in the playoffs sometimes. I agree with Pete though. So managing is definitely underrated in the playoffs, especially when you're setting up your starters. You're setting up your pitching. I mean, that's so important and so underrated. Sure. Making those keen decisions is huge. It's humongous.
Let me ask both of you guys something real quick. If it's a ninth inning tie game, and it's the top of the inning, you get your first guy on a double. What do you do? Do you let the second place hitter in the lineup swing away, or do you bunt him over?
Bunt him over.
It depends on the team. I mean, I personally would try to bunt him over, but a lot of that, you don't see a lot of small ball nowadays.
He's not a power hitter where he's a Freddie Freeman or Donaldson. It's Albies. He's a light hitting. He has power, but he's a light hitting speed guy. You bunt him to third so that a pop up can get you the lead in the ninth inning and get you into the next.
But you might not get that pop up though. That's the other thing. So
yeah, but
you know what I'm saying. It's those timely hits. That's why I say
you do need a pop up, but at least you put yourself in a better position.
You do. You probably do.
Yeah,
but,
and that's what management is about. Management is about guaranteeing a win. It's about putting your team in the best position to win, and that's what.
But either way, I would bunt the guy over just because there's plenty of things that can go into.
But again, like you said, it depends on. But it depends on the pitch. It depends on the hitter too, because like you said, if it's Donaldson there, you're not going to have Donaldson button.
Yeah, but
it all depends on your player.
That's what I said. This is Ozzie Albies. It's not Freddie Freeman. It's not Josh Donaldson.
I don't even know what Albies been doing.
I don't care. Power hitters be damned. I'm tired of this fucking stupid sabermetrics analytics shit. That's what happened. Analytics probably said, that's not the shit to do. Granted, it has its place in the regular season. In the postseason, either you need to get better analytic people to analyze what the hell.
Analytics hate small ball.
That's what I'm saying. In the postseason, you win with small ball and pitching.
The Cardinals in the first inning, they got their first hitter on. They bunted him to second to start the game in the first inning today. Because they know small ball's going to win the game.
Cardinals
and then it blew open after that.
But Cardinals are traditionally a team like that. They're not the traditional team that swings for the fences. They traditionally
play and that's why they play better in the playoffs.
And that's why I was about to say that's why they play well in the playoffs every single time.
It's simple. So, when you have a guy 90 feet away,
are you going to see the Yankees button anytime?
Then that's on boom. There should be. There should be.
I don't think they will.
Well, they haven't been in a situation where they've been down yet. So it's not like. They've blown out the Twins in every game, basically. So it's not like they needed to. But bottom line is, you have a guy, if you bunt the guy over 90 feet away, you get a pop-up, you get, a little dribbler that, has to
Freeman smashed the ball right there.
Doesn't matter. It's just so many.
They can't play the shift then because then an easy ground ball. Freeman will bump them over and get the ball in. So you can't do that. Freeman's willing to do that. So
I just think analytics is good for the regular season. You either need a more concise,
you gotta go
better analytics.
You gotta go where your gut is.
I think that's what you hire the manager for. You don't go by numbers.
You're not being managed by a robot.
So. Sorry, Pete. I mean, maybe you could get a 12-run ninth inning. I'm not sure.
Yeah, who knows, buddy? I mean, it's not over yet.
Anything's possible, but
Fat Lady hasn't sang it.
As of right now, it looks like the Cards.
This is my fireworks.
I'm not even gonna get into that. So, apologize for whoever got.
I don't.
Whoever got.
Fuck 'em.
What? Jesus Christ. Whoever got hit with the wrath of Peter Clark today.
Fuck him.
Jesus. Look at this guy. This guy got
fired up.
A week after getting mono, he's back and fired up.
A week after.
See, Sam Darnold's coming back this weekend. He's coming back. You guys who came back this week? Hey, see, coincidence or not? Coincidence or not?
I'm thinking.
I did not have mono.
I'm kind of believing
Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's coming back Sunday. Pete's back now.
Pete, like I said, get Sam Darnold on the show. Like it. It would be great for our ratings. It'd be great for our subscribers. Get Sam Darnold on our show.
Listen, if I had mono, a lot of people would have gone mono this weekend.
Whoa.
It's a kid show. Jesus. It's a kid show.
What the fuck is wrong? There's a bunch of people there.
Dave's over here dressing up. You're
God.
passing out.
I was in a fight with like 30,000 people, 20,000 people in the crowd.
Fucking kiss show, man.
No, man.
Cursing.
Isn't mono the kissing disease? Wouldn't you have to kiss people?
The lights
to give
are
them the
flickering.
mono?
Yeah, you get the light. You get the lights nervous.
The lights are flickering. Like,
Sure, you still don't have mono? You're getting nervous, bro.
Hey, can we get him tested, please?
Seriously. Nah, he's. I think he's good, just like Sam Darnold. I'm just saying.
Right here.
Coincidence is over.
I challenge that.
Challenge what?
You have mono.
Exactly. I don't have mono.
Okay, enough about this.
Yeah.
Moving along.
That's it.
Ruling on the field stands.
Moving along. There's 2 more games. There's one more game left today. It's a do or die. Nationals and Dodgers. I had them in 5. I'm gonna stick with it. They're going Strasburg. Bueller was lights out in game 1, but can the kid do it again? I'm gonna bet against him, just because my pick is the Nationals, and I think Strasburg's a beast. You might get Serger for a couple innings. Corbin's available. I'm sure Anibal Sanchez is not available because he sucks. But I'm going with the Nationals tonight. That being said, I think Pete's not going to watch the NLCS if that happens. Pete, your thoughts?
Dodgers will win because the Nats are children like the Braves.
Oh, damn!
That's what happened.
Woo! He's fired up.
Everything happens for a reason, and that's what's going to happen.
Wow.
They're chokers, so they're chokers.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So
Short and sweet. Short and sweet. I mean, that's his rival. So, you know, they're not my rivals.
Fuck them too.
Damn! Woo! What'd you say? Did you say fuck the Yankees? Did you
No,
say
I'm talking about the Nats.
Oh, I thought you said fuck the Yankees.
Dave,
I was about to
Dave,
say.
Dave,
I don't know.
Dave, I
He
haven't
said
used
fuck-
his.
Woo.
I haven't used his belt yet, Dave. You need to chill, bro.
Oh man!
Might have to get
Hey,
ketchup
like,
on
I,
your
like,
face.
I, like I said on Twitter, I don't block friends.
Fired up.
All right, so Dave, we can't talk to Pete about any.
I was saying he's fired up. I don't know what to say.
Let's not talk about
saying
any
a lot of
national-
stuff.
Let's not talk about
fuck
any
this,
national.
fuck that. I mean,
Let's not talk about any National League series. We're gonna leave it as that.
Okay.
You know, we might have to preview it without him next week. might have to preview the NLCS.
Next win, yeah.
we might have to give him an excuse.
I'm opting out.
For the show. Next week.
What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, listen. I think Washington has all the momentum. That was a big win their last game. They got Strasburg on the hill. Obviously, their best, in my opinion, their best playoff pitcher this playoffs. I'm still going to go with the Dodgers, though, man. Listen, I think LA is going to be riled up. They got Bueller pitched lights out. So I just think that they're going to come alive. Strasburg's due too for a bad game. I mean, he's had the last maybe 4 or 5 appearances, I think, have been good games, so he's due. So I got the Dodgers today.
Well, sure, they'll be waiting for like 2 innings, though.
He'll be waiting in the wings,
They'll
and
be
maybe
waiting in the
Corbin
wings,
too. Who knows? Maybe Corbin.
I think it's all hands on deck, man. All right, this is game 5.
Corbin looked bad though the other night too.
So it's either you rather have him or Anibal Sanchez. And Anibal Sanchez is even worse. So if it's me, I'm going.
I think Anibal Sanchez actually pitched.
He sucked in game 4. I think.
Did he?
Yeah, he sucked. in game 4.
I thought he pitched pretty good.
Or was it game 3 that he sucked?
He was in game 3.
He was game 3. Then when they lost 8-4, right?
Picked game 4.
So Serge pitched game 4. So yeah, man.
So he might be available. Yeah, because he went like 120 pitches.
Yeah,
so he's probably available.
so I'm not even going. I'm not even going.
So
for
Strasburg.
so
So they're gonna have to lead and then blow it late because their bullpen sucks.
oh god, here we go.
It does. There's been one. She had the worst bullpen in baseball this year.
Hey man, there's always a chance to change the curse around. You know.
No, there isn't.
Okay.
You tell him. You tell him.
All right. Well, so tomorrow 8:00, the Rays, as scrappy as they can be. I chose them to lose to the A's in the wild card, but I did say whoever won that wild card was going to give the Astros a run for the money, and here we are a week later. They're giving the Astros a run for their
Were
money.
you thinking that after it was 2-0 though?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I wasn't on Sunday's show because I had a Giant game, but
Could have ran on there. That's like a minute.
I mean, shut up. It was terrible. It's terrible. People didn't get to the game until 1:30. I'm not going to say any names. Hector.
Damn, 1:30.
Yeah, he's out. He's like, yo, I'll meet you at I'll meet you.
You missed the opening good
Route
bro.
3.
He said, I'll meet you after the first quarter. Never met
The
him.
entrance. The entrance.
So
Route 3.
it's all right. It's all right. Whatever. You know, the game sucked. Moving along, but I probably wouldn't have said that on Sunday. I probably would have been over. But I'm gonna go with you because your guy Big Snell got the save yesterday.
Yeah. Current Cy Young
Award winner Blake Snell
He's
got
the
the
current leader winner right now.
So, what are your thoughts on tomorrow's game? They're gonna have Garrett Cole, and then who's Tampa bringing?
They're gonna run a bunch of people, but they're gonna start with Glasgow, and then after that they'll have Charlie Morton right behind him.
Okay, so Charlie Morton. Okay, so former Astro Charlie Morton.
Yeah, But
Interesting.
Glasgow's been really good in this short time.
So, Astros are supposed to be the best team
Yes.
in MLB.
Yes.
And they're now going toe to toe with the Rays, with the Yankees waiting for the winner, resting them.
Yeah.
How critical? Who has the most pressure on themselves tomorrow? And I know it's an obvious one.
Yeah.
You're gonna say the Astros.
Yes.
But the Rays are probably looking at themselves like, damn, we have a really good chance to win this, right? Do you think that shrinks their confidence?
No, I think it makes it even more. I think you look at some of the players talk after the game, and I saw them. The guy Sam, they were talking to him and said, "Oh, did you expect to see a curveball or a change up out of Verlander?" He was like, "Yeah, he's been throwing it to me before, so I know I can hit it." So yeah, like their confidence is building with every single game, and it's hard to explain because, like you said, they're not supposed to be here. We picked the A's to both. I think 2 out of 3 of us picked the A's to beat them. Then they found a way to be down 0-2 and still win the 2 games in Tampa. They put 64,000 in their crowd this weekend for those 2 games. That's probably more than they've had all year combined. Like they've had bad attendances and they filled that place out. Like they feel like something special is going to happen, and it's tough not to go with that. And it's tough, and you really want to root for that. So I will be rooting for them to win that. Even though it may mess up all of baseball with all the ratings of Houston versus Yankees, you want to see the upset team pull. You want to see the upset team pull that off, but I think it'll be very hard to do in Houston.
So if they get on the board first,
then
let's say they have an inning like they had yesterday with Verlander. Is that it for the Astros?
I don't think that's it because the Astros still can hit. You know about Correa, you know about Altuve, you know about Bregman, you know about Springer, so they still can hit. So if they put up 2-3 runs in the first inning, they can come back from that. I would say the limit would be if they got to 5. I would say 5 is the magic number. If they can get to 5 runs, I think they win that game.
Dave, you picked them to win the game, I believe. I think you picked the Rays. What'd you see in them, first of all, to win that game? And did you expect them to come back 2-0, having the momentum, going back to Houston, ready to finish the series off?
Yeah, I think I told you guys. Listen, I went with experience because of Charlie Morton, his experience with the Astros. Ironically, and they were facing a pitcher who, didn't have any experience in the playoffs versus the A's. I didn't see them coming back 0-2. Listen, they're a resilient bunch, and to do that to Verlander yesterday, they have loads of confidence right now. But again, like what Pete said, I find it hard for them to win in Houston. I think definitely they gotta catch the lead first and maintain that lead throughout the game tonight. Listen, Houston's bats, I think they only had 6 hits yesterday, so it was definitely a tough game for them yesterday.
For sure.
I think their bats are definitely going to become alive. This time around in this game 5 at home. Listen, I think obviously the Bulls and the Astros ballpark. If Cole can come out with 6 innings of 1-2 run ball, I think this game is over easy. So
Well, this will show who, in my opinion, if Cole is up there
yeah, dude, that's a good
with
point.
Verlander or
He
better
wants
than
to win,
Verlander.
it's a chance to
So
prove
there's a
it.
chance to prove it.
Yeah. Well, remember
Yeah.
that one year it was Verlander that came out big. Right now it's Cole's turn. So let's see if he can win this decisive game to get to the ALCS.
Can people shut up about Verlander pitching in only 3 days rest?
Well, I was going to
Like
ask you that if you think that was a mistake for him. coming
No,
out to the
it
rest.
wasn't because you have
gotta
2
do it.
aces
You
and
gotta do it, yeah.
and you want your aces to get 2 games each. And in a 5-game series, if you're going to send both your aces 2 games each, you're very likely to win 3 of those games. So
You tip your cap at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
So-
they beat your horse.
yeah, we saw it when
you tip
they
your
have
cap on
Randy
that,
Johnson
so.
and Kurt Schilling in Arizona. We see it now with Strasburg and Scherzer with Washington. We've seen it before previously with Madison Bumgarner. Madison Bumgarner threw 120 pitches in Game 5 of the World Series and came back on 2 days rest and pitched 5 innings with another 70 pitches to close out the game. Like, I don't want to hear this pitching on 3 days rest. You're 1 day short of your normal rest, so I don't want to hear about this. Oh, he's pitching on 3 days rest, and I don't know if they should do this. Like
All
stop
bets
it.
are off in the playoffs.
It's
I
the
mean,
playoffs. You're trying to win the series. You're trying to step on their
you
neck.
do anything you can.
Stop being a bitch about it.
So,
Whoa.
he's fired up. Fired up. You should get that song.
Play that song, Fired Up. Pete.
Fired up.
There is no song.
There is a song.
There is.
There is a song.
What's
I
the
think
artist's
I
name?
think it's Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes. That's it. Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes. That's what you got to play at the end. That's the end of the
So,
show.
quick pick before we move on.
I got between the Astros and
Yeah, you picked the
Rays.
Dodgers. Yeah, so you picked the Dodgers already.
I think the Astros will win it.
Okay.
Yeah, he said the Astros.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Astros as well. I think they're a different team at home. As much as it would be an easier path for the Yankees to actually beat the Rays, and which I don't think that's tough. They know it's probably better than the Astros do. They play us 18 times a year, but they don't have two aces. And I don't care. I don't like Zach Greinke. I don't care what anyone says. They say he's a mental midget. That's why he don't want to pitch in New York or LA. Well, this is the big time. This isn't. So, I'm all right. If it's the Astros or Rays, I don't care. I'm going to pick the Astros. If we get to see Zach Greinke twice, those would be 2 W's. I'll tell you that right now. I'm already saying that right now. Because if you want to pitch in New York, it's a little, I don't want to curse, but you're a little soft. You're a little soft, Zach Greinke.
Bitch.
What? I didn't say it.
It's a family show, huh?
It's a family show. Dave, before we move on, what do you?
Yeah, dropping F-bombs, right? Yeah, I got the Stros.
I'm not dropping F-bombs.
I got the
He
Stros.
is.
I meant him, not
Okay.
you. Jesus. This is just a fucked up day.
Look at you dropping F-bombs.
It's just,
And you
I
said
got the
Astros.
Stros.
You got
I
the
got the
Stros?
Stros.
All right, well, there we go. Moving along, we are, I believe we're in week number 7 of the college football season. Couple really big games this weekend. I know last week,
Finally.
Rivalries.
we didn't have that much last
Big
weekend. We're going to start in, the land of Texas and Oklahoma, the Red River rivalry.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, man.
Baker Mayfield's looking like a system QB because he's looking pretty shitty.
He just shakes hands, yeah.
He shakes hands. Looking pretty shitty. If Lincoln Riley can make Baker Mayfield a Heisman quarterback, kind of fooled us.
He should be
Kyler
coach
Murray,
in the
he
NFL.
went back to back, and now he has Jalen Hurts, a dude that Nick Saban basically replaced with
Benched.
Tua.
Freshman.
Benched him for a freshman. He actually saved their ass in the SEC championship game last year. But now he's in Oklahoma, and he's looking just as good as Kyler Murray. Just as good.
Better.
Better than Kyler Murray.
He's putting up numbers.
So he's putting up really big numbers.
Doesn't
Texas, they're already talking that smack. They're talking smack to Jalen Hurts, basically saying it doesn't get bigger than the Red River rivalry, even though Jalen Hurts
You're overrated. They should shut up too.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. They're basically calling out that he didn't play Big 12 football.
When he puts up 40, 50 points on them, we'll see
So,
how much Big 12 football.
Spread's
plays.
11. Spread's 11. I think that number is adequate. I think Oklahoma's gonna blow them out.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen a team so far. I mean, whenever they get a chance to play Alabama, we'll see. But I don't see a team right now that can hold them under 40 points. So I want to see if all that talking is going to be backed up and see if they can actually score with Oklahoma. I don't think they'll be able to.
So, Dave, you think Jalen Hurts is a real deal?
I think so, man. I mean, you look at his stats; he's doing it all. I mean, he's passing the ball, he's running the ball. He looks great. So
Making the ball.
he's making the ball look better.
He's making the ball look better.
balling.
I think Texas.
Without deflating it.
I think it's.
That's so messed up.
I'm not.
You think they'll deflate balls tomorrow? I hope not.
I'm sure they will.
Spygate.
I'm sure
I'll be
they will.
looking at you, Brady.
I'm sure they
Looking at
will.
you.
So, I think Texas is about. I don't think Texas is that good. I think Oklahoma's going to run them off the field. Then going into that SEC matchup, that Texas said is kind of soft, even though Texas is in the Big 12. They're talking all that shit for no reason. Florida. Oh my God, I don't like Florida at all, but somehow they're ranked in the top 10.
They beat the bums Auburn. I told you they were bums.
Auburn.
I told you they were bums.
Auburn looked good against Texas A&M, and they shit the bed
I told you they were bums.
against Florida.
Both of them bums. Overrated SEC bums.
Well, they're playing, to me, the best team in the SEC in LSU.
Yes.
That spread is 13.5, and I like them to cover that. Again, I don't think Florida can score with them. I know LSU's defense is a little shaky, but my guy, what's his name? The coach,
Or the
Obregon. That's my guy.
He's got a worse voice than Phil Jackson.
He's my guy.
Wasn't that guy on Waterboy?
Is that the Waterboy? Yeah,
That's what you're talking about, right?
he might be the guy from the Waterboy. Yeah.
Oh, the hillbilly.
That's my guy, Ed Obregon. I like LSU. I think LSU right now, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You gotta get that. You gotta get that clip.
Oh my god.
I like LSU big, man. I think they're the best team in the SEC. Alabama be damned. You still haven't really played anyone. Like, stop playing Townsend and.
Who's LSU playing? They're playing Florida?
Florida.
Stop playing Townsend and Alabama.
Yeah, you ain't look at that
Alabama
game?
State. Has Alabama played anyone this year?
LSU 3 weeks in a row.
No, they haven't played.
They didn't play anyone this year, but they're the best team in the country according to voters.
The voters suck.
Well, your thoughts on what Florida has to do to have a chance in this game?
I think that their defense is good enough. That's one thing that Florida actually does have is a good defense. They've had that for the past couple of years. So it's going to be interesting to see if LSU will be able to put up the normal 30, 40 points on them because they actually do have a legit defense. They just can't play offensive shit. So I think Florida, if I had to say Florida, how many points they're going to put up, I think they can put up probably in the teens. I don't even know if they get to the 20s. So I don't think they'll win the game, but the question is, can they cover and hold LSU under 30 points?
No.
I think that's the only question.
No.
I don't think so either.
What kind of statement would it be for LSU to win this big?
I think it'll be big. I think it'll be big.
Would it be big in the sense that Clemson? He's playing it.
Okay. Just have the defense run sprints.
There you go. That's him, right? That's him.
Sounds like Ed Obregon.
That sounds like
It
him.
sounds like Ed Obregon. It sounds like Ed Obregon. But last week there was a shift. When the voters thought Alabama jumped Clemson as the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
Florida's are stupid.
So if LSU, whatever, blows out Florida by, like, say, 2021, you see them jumping maybe a Clemson, or, what are they? They're 5 or 7th ranked right now?
5.
They're 5.
Yeah.
So you see them jumping someone to get into that top 4?
Maybe top 4. I don't see them going any higher than top 4 if they win. Because, again, I think a lot of people expect LSU to win this game.
Or if they win it big, though?
If they win it big, you're making a statement.
That's the rankings are stupid.
Listen,
They really are.
that's
before the only time they really matter is like the next to last week of the season when you're about to make the playoffs.
It only matters when you
Like,
actually do the whole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you're
Correct,
about to do,
yes.
so you like to know where you are a week before the season is. That's pretty much it. Like
it's
preseason polls and where you are right now, it doesn't really matter because unless you go through the season with 1 loss or no loss, you're not going to be in the playoffs.
and that's the problem with these rankings. They're subjective.
So here's who's in front of them.
It's not.
Here's who's in front of them, Dave. And this is why this is stupid because I think they're a better team than Georgia.
Right now, they're the best team in football. They
Yeah,
play the best.
I think they're better
So
than
Alabama,
Georgia, too,
Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia, and then LSU.
Georgia.
You think they can at least jump Georgia if they win this game big?
I think so.
Okay.
I definitely think
Should jump Ohio State too.
I think they definitely could again
State really
crack
beat.
that top 4. So
I don't
if
know.
they win
Ohio State
big,
hasn't- Ohio State hasn't
so
proven
they're going to be
anything.
home. So it definitely
They beat
possible.
Michigan State last week.
Michigan State's like what 15th?
They were 25.
Oh, 25th.
They beat Miami of Ohio.
They haven't proven it. They would have been.
They beat Cincinnati. They're winning the games inside their state. They're the kings of Ohio, man.
Exactly. They should be ahead of them, man. LSU should be at
So
worst
do
number
you
3.
think you could jump them if they win big?
Yes, I think they can jump up to number 3.
Okay. And then Alabama finally plays a team. Not really. They're playing Texas A&M,
Another overrated SEC team.
who has played. They've played Clemson. They've played, I think, LSU. Were they play LSU yet?
No.
I know they played Auburn. Auburn beat them. So
That proves they suck.
this is another big spread, 16.5. I'm going all these big spreads for whatever reason. I don't know why. I'm feeling like because I don't think A&M is good. I definitely don't think Florida's good. I think Texas sucks. So shout out to Ram. I know you're gonna shit on me on Twitter later, but it's all right.
I'm gonna fuck you. Already shit on me. Fuck it.
Oh my god.
Another F-bomb. Hey, how many F-bombs has he said so far today?
16.
Okay, he's counting. He's counting.
16.
We should get that screen thing where
He
the
said shit
numbers
earlier
come
about me,
up.
so who cares?
Terrible. Terrible.
Playoff Peter's fired up. Fuck you.
Oh my god.
16. There you go.
Wow.
Oh man.
Look up
Let's
that
get to
song.
21, boys. Let's
Look
go.
at that song before we go.
Drinking game.
Yes,
Every
please.
time-
Please.
Drinking game. Every time I curse, take a shot.
I like Bama big. They'll stay at number 1, obviously, if they win big. But again, they still haven't played a real team. Dave, what's it going to take for? What is? I mean, I'm not even going to say what Texas A&M has to do to win this game. But
No, because they're not.
are we going
Hope for
to?
Tua to get carried off the field.
Oh, there's no Jalen Hurts this time. What can we say about Bama without them playing a real team yet?
I mean,
You're cute.
they're
Cute on
not
paper.
they're not battle tested. Obviously, I mean, listen, it's
They have talent. I mean,
that's the thing. So you know the talent's there. You know, obviously, you know they're destined to probably win it all. You know, or be close to winning it all this year. So I mean, you really can't say anything about that. You know, on the schedule though, I don't even know on the schedule who. Do they get it? Do they get
I
it?
play LSU.
Okay, so that's going to be obviously a big test for them.
definitely
So
have to play LSU.
when they play LSU, so who else though?
They play LSU. They got to play
Dumbass Auburn.
Auburn. It's pretty much it.
That's
How
it.
they get away with it playing nobody?
They don't even know what fucking college that is. They
That's
played
not-
them the week before the season ends.
Is that Western Connecticut
I don't
University?
know.
Almost at 21.
What the hell
There you
is
go.
that?
Terrible. LSU. Mark that game down.
LSU
11-9.
Yeah, we got
Hell
that.
is it?
11-9.
WCU.
Western Connecticut University, man.
But listen, the talent's there. Obviously, there's a receiving core too. I mean, there's just
No, they have a great receiver.
they just
One day
have a
become-
great
Going over like
offense, and I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I'm gonna skip Pete because he's gonna drop another F-bomb. Go ahead, go off on him.
Yo, they played Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi State, WCU, which we still don't even know what college it is. How you play?
What does WCU stand for?
What is
Is that a
WCU?
wrestling?
Western
Western
Carolina.
Carolina Catamounts.
Catamount,
That's
baby!
That's who Alabama plays.
Western
That's who
Carolina.
Alabama
There'll be
plays.
there'll be a 52-point underdog, and I'm
They
gonna
won't
bet
even make a
it.
line for that. They won't make a line for it.
WCW.
They won't. WCW.
They play my woman crush
They,
Wednesday.
they will not make a line for that game. Like Vegas will not even pay attention to it. They won't.
And then the last, Dave's over here dying. It's all right, man.
Sorry.
Stop hanging out with us.
It's been a tough day.
Yeah, it's been a tough day for all of us. I don't know, but
It has.
power through, baby. Power through, because Pete's fired up.
We're gonna get you drunk. Don't worry.
Not me, him.
I don't even need to.
Yeah,
be
not
drunk.
him.
Him.
Him. Sorry, I was pointing with the guy with the Braves hat on.
You know, my team, my Yankees
Oh
are.
my God! Throw the flag. God damn it! Come on.
Come on,
throw the
Dave, you're
flag.
fired. You're fired. Oh my God! What?
This is a horrible throw. Do you play for the Braves right now? Like,
Oh,
come on.
man.
You
Mark
had,
Akins in
you
that
had to
there.
do it. You had to do it like my man, the coach of the Cowboys when he.
Nah, my bad, dude. I was looking at the.
Did a ball like Mark Akins.
I was catching up on the chat, and I was.
All right.
I was more ready than they were.
Yep.
Oh,
It's all right, Pete. There's always next year.
There's always next year.
Only if they fire the manager.
Start a hashtag fire Snicker or whatever the name is.
Fire Snickers.
What's the name?
Snicker.
Snicky?
Yeah, maybe I'll get an endorsement deal like
What
you
is
Reese.
Is it Snicker or Snicky? Snicker?
Yeah. SNITKER.
Snicker.
Snicker, yeah.
Snicker.
He sounds like he doesn't like people of color, to be honest with you. Does he like people of color?
Right, he does.
Oh my God.
Probably hates him. I'm pretty sure he does. We're never going to get syndicated. Oh,
And you
man.
didn't throw the flag on that? What the hell?
Shout out to Snicker.
Snicker.
Fuck outta here.
Snickers, I mean, whatever. Last college game that has any significance is Penn State versus Iowa. 3.5. I'm going to say Penn State covers 2. You know why? Because Iowa shit the bed against Coach Kaki.
Yep.
So when you shit the bed against Coach Kaki, that means you suck.
Yeah.
Shout out to White Tim in Iowa. Your team is garbage. So if you're watching this, Iowa's trash.
Damn.
I like Penn State, even though, you know, the history of the scandals and all that shit, and James Franklin.
Touch him, boys.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
God, come
They
on.
did.
Another
They
one.
did.
Jesus.
They did, yo.
What the hell's wrong with
That's
this
what
guy
I was
today?
Sandusky.
He is fired up today.
Sandusky.
Damn.
Even though at the end of the day, the Penn State crowd is delusional, sending letters to kids.
Exactly.
Kids about
Fucking
their
racist
their-
bastards.
Dreadlocks and shit.
Damn, I'm over here trying to be politically correct.
No, they were
It's not gonna work.
racist.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Hurry up.
Should cut your dreads.
Hurry up. We
That's
gotta
a
get to
good-
the end of this damn thing.
All right. Well, anyway, I like Penn State.
They throw us out. You know.
I like Penn State to win big. Dave, you like Penn State to win big?
Yeah, I got Penn State. I got Clifford and Company, man. So they got it.
Even though James Franklin doesn't give it to his best player the majority of the time, he didn't do it with Saquon. And the Giants seem to continue the trend this season, not giving it to Saquon. Obviously, he's hurt, but that's the story for a different day. Clark, Penn State looking like one of the best teams in the Big Ten. I think it's between them, Ohio State, and Wisconsin. I'm not sure what I think Penn State will actually have to play Michigan. So
I'm gonna say Penn State chokes and loses because they're looking ahead to the Michigan game next week.
I smell upset alert.
wow.
So I'm gonna say they choke and lose that game.
Wow.
That's a big prediction.
I'm not gonna say that because
And then they'll come back and beat Michigan because Coach Kaki fucking sucks.
I'm not gonna say that because I'm not a Coach Kaki
Kaki
guy.
sucks.
So I'm gonna leave that. College football should be a great weekend. I hope I get to see some of these games this weekend.
Saturdays and beyond.
Saturdays are awesome. No Premier League, international break. Womp womp. So we'll move on from that. Pete, something inexplicably impossible happened yesterday, and I couldn't believe it myself. Ben Simmons made a 3-pointer.
What was that game played in China?
Whoa. That's not.
Oh God.
Was it?
Whoa.
That's the only shot he can make. He can make it on international
Do we
realms.
have any Chinese sponsorship? on here?
No, that's
Careful.
not an insult to them.
Careful with the seat.
That's not an insult to them. That's
No,
an insult.
we don't have any Chinese sponsorship, but we're looking for some. So,
That'd be pretty big.
I love Chinese food.
I love Chinese
Oh, of
food.
course.
Oh my God, what is?
Yo, that was worse than what I said.
I love China.
That was worse than what I
How
said.
is it worse? I love Chinese
Worse than
food.
what I
Chinese
said.
food is not good.
I didn't,
You jerk
I
off.
didn't insult
Exactly. Thank you. Right.
That is worse.
Yeah, don't we
That
all
is worse
like
than what I
Chinese,
said.
especially this area? Come on. Are
That
you
was-
kidding me?
No
That
flag.
was definitely
Egg
worse than what I
roll,
said.
Hey,
General
what is-
Tso's chicken.
Oh my
Come on,
God,
man.
what
Fucking
is wrong
broccoli.
with you?
Having chicken with pork fried rice.
Oh my
There ain't
God.
nothing
I'm
better
here.
than that.
I'm here inviting
Oh man.
50 million or the 500 million dollars that the NBA gets from China to us, and the first thing Dave says is, "I love Chinese food."
I do.
That's it. We're gonna be.
Just went down the drain.
Oh my God.
Stick to the orange chicken.
The artist.
That was.
But big deal. Ben Simmons working on shooting this year.
It's a big deal that he's working on it. It's not a big deal that he finally made one. And he was like pleading, like, shoot the ball. Like, he finally shot the shot. He fucking got lucky and made
I
it.
like Embiid, but he needs to be in shape before he tells Ben Simmons to make a 3, man.
Yeah, he's still gonna get hurt.
He needs to be in
He
shape.
gets hurt every year. He's just an injury prone guy.
Anyway, shout out to China.
Dude.
Got you, man.
The game wasn't even on the schedule. Like, you can't. What the hell?
It doesn't count.
No, it wasn't. It was a preseason game they played overseas against a no-name team. It wasn't an actual NBA team they played.
Wow.
They played against like a high school team.
He still made
They
3.
probably played against LeBron's kid or something. You know? Like, it was
Let's not
bad.
even go there.
One of the
I
LeVar.
didn't go there before he drops an F LeBron James kid or something like that. So,
No, I won't say that. I won't say that.
Yeah, all right.
18.
Yeah, he's at
I just say
18.
fuck LeBron. No.
19.
19.
Oh,
All right.
my God. And he said LeBron.
Monday Night Football.
Fuck him, dog.
Oh my God.
21.
20.
Oh, the guy is fired up.
Okay, Monday Night Football day.
Yeah, Monday Night Football.
49ers blew out
Yeah.
the system QB known as Baker Mayfield.
Baker. Baker.
Man.
There, that was it. That was it.
That's what happens when you
What's
talk about
up?
Danny Dimes.
Baker.
I
Baker.
said this a couple episodes ago. When you come at Danny Dimes, you best not miss.
Looking good, Odell. You're looking
You best
real
not
good,
miss.
baby.
You're looking really good.
Real good.
Looking really good, Odell.
Star.
Looking really good, Odell. But besides the
I
point.
think his watch got in the way.
Oh my God.
But yet they find Big Ben for wearing a goddamn smartwatch on the fucking sideline.
See, he's not even playing no more, bro. Come on.
Yeah, he's not playing anymore.
No,
Man.
let's not bring up.
Yeah, he's retired. All
Let's not
right.
bring up
Yo,
retired.
hold
players.
on. Hold the fuck up.
He's retired. He's retired.
All right, so my original
Let him rest in
question.
peace.
My original question was
Sorry.
the 4-0 49ers, Jimmy G, Matt Breida, Kittle, Bosa, and them boys. Are they for real?
Listen, I think so. I honestly didn't. I thought it was gonna be a closer game than it was. And I actually thought the Browns would pull it off, especially with, again, how Nick Chubb played the game before. Run the ball, and the passing game was going to open. You didn't see any of that in this game. I mean, you see a total annihilation of 49ers defense, which I think they're for real. Taking down, beating the crap out of the Browns in every which fashion. I mean, their defensive line destroyed their offensive line. I mean, Baker looked like a scared kid who did not know what to do. So they're the real deal. And again, Jimmy G's playing great. I mean, Kittle. Other than Kelsey, I think Kittle is probably the best tight end in the league. Maybe he'll take tops after this year's over. Who knows? But they're looking really good right now.
How's that front seven looking? I think for real.
I think they're for real because their defensive line can get pressure on the quarterback, and their secondary is getting a little bit better. They still aren't top notch yet, but they get so much pressure on the quarterback that it confuses the offense. And the Browns' offensive line isn't great. They have a couple holes there, so they just can't handle that. They couldn't handle. I thought they would have been able to, but I was very impressed with their D-line. Even though Bosa's still fucking waving a flag and shit.
Let me tell you, though.
This guy still remembering from college the game when Baker went into Ohio State and won that game.
Let me tell you, though.
He quit on his team. I don't want to hear him talk shit about how he quit on his team. He quit on his team.
Hey, they're on the big stage now, though. So.
You see why he was drafted so high, though, man.
He could have came back and he quit. He said sign not to come back.
Because he was a number 2 draft pick.
Yep, he quit on his team. He did it for his personal well-being, which is fine, but he quit on his team.
See, I think G doesn't like him.
Yeah. He did.
Because if this would have been someone else.
You got hurt at the start of the year. You got hurt at the start of the year. You could have came back in the middle of the season. And you said, all right, I'm going to be number 2 pick, so I'm not going to come back. Which is fine, but you quit on your team to do that.
Still balling.
Anybody else?
He's balling.
I think I would too, actually.
Anybody would.
Let's say you could do it, but
99.9 people would.
He's not quitting on his team now. He's sacking the shit out of Baker Mayfield.
Sacking the
He's
shit.
gonna get down for his team if anything.
So listen, man. I know he's a MAGA guy, whatever, but he's a fucking baller. 21. That's me. That's my number 2 for me. Pete sound like 29.
Also, overall.
Nah.
He's on 20. He needs one more.
Odell, real quick. Odell at this point of the year had more yards, more touchdowns,
More negative yards?
more receptions in 5 games with a hapless Eli Manning and a shit offensive line than he does now in Cleveland.
More times kicking a field goal post.
Well, maybe he's matured. Kyle Hurd said that the
Fuck him, dude.
That's
He's a
your boy.
bitch.
That's your boy.
Kyler's a bitch. No,
That's your
man.
boy.
No,
he
is
said
one of the worst.
He said yesterday that the Browns should trade Odell Beckham Jr.
What?
What are your thoughts?
Who said that?
Colin Cowherd.
The idiot.
Yeah, you can't trade him right now. I mean, listen, it's not working right now. Obviously, the Browns have issues on their offensive line, so but you can't. You can't.
Him and Skip Bayless deserve each other. They both fucking suck.
Oh, here we go. 21 now.
22.
I just asked a question. I mean,
Dude.
listen, this point last year,
If they were that
he had
good,
better
yes, they
stats.
would have paid the money to keep him.
perhaps, but he had more. He had better stats last year. Is all I'm saying.
He did.
And that's why Colin Cowherd said what he said.
So be careful.
You
what
guys
wish
don't
for.
agree, kind of, in a way. In a way.
He wished to be traded, though.
Oh, come on.
He wanted to stay with them.
No, he didn't. He wanted
Yes,
to
he
fucking
did.
leave.
He wanted to stay
You
with
don't,
them.
you don't do an interview with fucking what the fuck's
Lil
his
Wayne.
name? Yeah, you don't piss off. You don't piss off your organization after you're one of the highest paid players or wide receivers in the league. You don't do that.
Get what he wanted. It is what it is. We moved on. We stopped talking about him. He kept talking about us.
Exactly.
And now,
He wanted
again,
Fucking dick.
You want it out.
again, I didn't say that.
I did.
Speaking
I'm
of
here.
those, speaking of
Come
our,
see me.
speaking of our very Giants,
bitch.
we are 18.5. Oh my god.
G-Man!
We're 18.5 point underdogs. Is it 18.5? 17.5.
17 and a half?
We're going in there.
No, 17 flat.
We're going in there with no Saquon, no Wayne Gallman, no Evan Ingram.
I don't even know who our wide receivers are.
No Sterling Shepard. There's this Shepard. There's this movie Little Giants, right? When they're in the fucking huddle and they go, Giants, Giants, help us, God. That's gonna be us tomorrow.
Hey, hot hands!
Hey, hi, Ed.
You're the best player on our team.
That Sherman ain't definitely helped me.
So,
Yeah, do you want to talk about that? Yeah?
Who?
About Pat Sherman's play calling last week?
Oh, it's
How
terrible.
much that sucked.
What's the
Terrible.
worst?
Terrible.
Worst. Worst.
I was at the game.
Dave was yelling the same thing that you were while you were at the game about him running the ball while he wasn't running.
It's stupid. He wasn't running the ball. And then when he decides to run the ball is when the ball's on his half-yard line. After they got a game-changing turnover because the Vikings were driving down the field. And at that point, I believe the score is 13-7. Could have gone into the half with the ball.
Yeah.
Could have gone into the half 13-7. Instead, they get the safety. They get another 3 points. It's now an 11-point game. Pat Shermer, I don't know what the hell you were thinking that game.
Shermer.
You don't give the ball to Saquon. You don't run the ball. Like it's like it's like when Eli had Kevin Killdrive. You just had to shut the mic off and just do what you want, Danny. I don't care if you're a rookie. Stop listening to that guy.
Exactly.
That's all I got to say about that. But I still think we're gonna get our asses kicked tomorrow. So.
I don't know. They had a rough time with Washington.
They had a rough first quarter.
Yeah, but if you look traditionally,
Probably high in the first half.
traditionally, the Giants pretty much always play the Patriots well.
We have no firepower.
You're right, we don't. But for some reason, they
no
find
defense.
they find a way.
Who's gonna
They find a way to play.
Who's gonna cover Edelman, Josh Gordon, White? Who's gonna cover these guys?
Love.
No Connolly.
Love.
Don't go take your medication, freak. Go take your medication. Bro. It's all right, man. Final score: 31-10 Patriots. That's me.
So they cover.
That sounds.
So they cover. They cover.
I'm gonna say they put up 38-10.
I'm gonna say 31-6. 2 field goals from the Giants.
Damn.
Nah, I think they'll score a touchdown.
Look at that
We'll score a touchdown.
I mean, they let like
Miami score a touchdown?
yeah, I think Miami did score a touchdown against them.
Division game is always different. I mean,
It's kind of like a division game. They hate us, we hate them. So not really. But yeah, your final score.
No, yeah. I mean, we're definitely, I think, gonna lose. But listen, I don't.
Tell you about to predict a 3-point game.
No, definitely not a 3-point game.
He's gonna say Giants 27, Patriots 26.
I'll say
17-14 Giants.
31-14 Patriots, and we get maybe a garbage touchdown.
Nobody's happy with that. That means a push. Nobody's gonna be happy with 17 exactly.
Dave doesn't gamble.
Yeah, I don't
care.
care.
He doesn't care.
super
You
teaser.
should have threw the flag.
Nah.
Just like Hoff says,
Nobody likes pushes.
my money stays in my pocket.
There you go. That being said, that's our show for tonight. Next week, Sunday, we'll preview the football games, obviously, talk a little more about the ALCS and the NLCS, recap the college football. The boys did this show before. Subscribe. It's like when you vote or die. Subscribe or die already. Like, I'm tired of telling you this. Just listen to them. I think they're making good picks.
Pretty soon we ain't gonna be on Periscope anymore.
And pretty soon we're going to be on Periscope, which is going to be YouTube. And you have to subscribe anyway.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, that's our show. My co-host, always a pleasure. Producer in the back.
Yo, I can't even show the show to my family.
Dre, you can't show the photo to family.
Not just
Dre
that
challenge flags.
22, right? 22.
This is for Pete.
This is for you, Pete.
Check it out. Flip mode squad, going
Come on,
to
Pete.
shit, 98.
Come on, Pete.
Check it out, yeah. I be the street shit, the nigga get mama
Come on,
free
Pete.
put y'all niggas on
Come on,
the
Pete.
I be-
You.
Come on, Pete.